13. Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do by Amy Morin is a book that points out what mentally strong people stay away from to build their resilience and mental toughness. Being a psychotherapist, mental strength trainer, and an international best-selling author, Amy Morin has helped millions of people around the world. This book alone has more than 8,000 reviews and have been sold more than 1 million copies and been translated into more than 40 languages. In this video, I will tell you about all 13 things that mentally strong people don't do. With all being said, let me begin with first thing. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. Amy Morin recounts a minor car accident involving two drivers who had opposite reactions. One felt fortunate that no one was harmed, while the other lamented his bad luck. The second driver exemplifies self-pity, a habit that mentally strong people avoid. Self-pity leads individuals to fixate on their problems, trapping them in a cycle of negativity and misery. The antidote to this mindset is practicing gratitude. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of life, either through journaling or sharing with others, one can shift focus away from problems and foster a more positive outlook. Number 2, they don't give away their power. Lauren, a caring mother of 2, struggled with her mother-in-law, who often visited unannounced, criticized her parenting, and made hurtful comments about her weight. Although Lauren stayed polite, she was frustrated and spent a lot of time thinking and complaining about it. This brings up an important point. Mentally strong people don't allow others to have control over their emotions or behavior. By staying silent, Lauren allowed her mother-in-law to influence her emotions. But once she and her husband set clear boundaries, things improved. Her mother-in-law adjusted, and Lauren regained control over her family and her well-being. Number 3, they don't shy away from change. Richard, frustrated by his diabetes diagnosis and the need to lose 75 pounds, committed to drastic lifestyle changes, such as cutting out all junk food and signing up for the gym. However, despite his good intentions, he quickly found himself falling back into old habits, like snacking in front of the TV instead of exercising. This illustrates a common problem. Change can feel overwhelming, especially when approached too radically. Mentally strong individuals avoid this pitfall by focusing on 2 key strategies. First, they break their goals down into smaller, more achievable steps. In Richard's case, instead of trying to lose all 75 pounds at once, he set a more attainable goal of losing 5 pounds first. Second, they create concrete action plans with specific, manageable tasks. Richard started tracking his meals, preparing his own lunches, scheduling gym visits, and incorporating daily walks with his family. Number 4, they don't focus on things they can't control. James planned a special whale-watching trip with his daughter, but heard that her mother had taken her on a similar trip the previous week. This made James angry, and instead of enjoying his time with his daughter, he spent the afternoon sending upset messages to his ex-wife, ruining their day. The main issue is that James was upset over something he couldn't control. Like many people, he wanted to control the situation and tell others what to do, which only made things worse. Mentally strong people handle this differently. They recognize what they can and cannot control. The key is to accept that some things, like others' actions, are out of your control. Once you accept this, focus on what you can influence. For James, this meant accepting his ex-wife's choices and making the most of his time with his daughter instead of complaining or seeking more control. This approach helps turn challenges into opportunities to enjoy what you have. Number 5, they don't worry about pleasing everyone. Meet Megan, who was feeling overwhelmed by constant requests from others because she had a hard time saying no. Her tendency to please everyone was causing her stress and impacting her family life. She was always agreeing to favors, which led to frustration and missing important family moments. The main issue is that trying to please everyone can lead to neglecting your own needs and creating stress. Mentally strong people handle this differently. Here are 2 key strategies. 1. Remember, it's not your job to make everyone happy. It's okay if others are upset. They can handle their own emotions just as you do. 2. Take your time before saying yes. Instead of immediately agreeing, give yourself a moment to respond. For example, say, "Thanks for asking. Let me check my schedule and get back to you." This pause helps you decide if you can genuinely commit, making it easier to say no when necessary. Number 6. They don't fear taking calculated risks. Dale had a dream of opening his own furniture store, but felt discouraged after his wife's reaction and his own fears of leaving his stable teaching job. The more he tried to ignore his dream, the more frustrated and unhappy he became. Mentally strong people handle risks differently. Instead of avoiding risks or fearing worst-case scenarios, they take calculated risks. Here's how. 1. Assess the risks and rewards. Consider both the worst and best possible outcomes of a decision. 2. Adjust the risks. Instead of going all in or not at all, find a balanced approach. Dale applied these strategies by deciding to start his furniture business part-time. He kept his teaching job while selling his furniture online. This way, he managed the risks and kept his dream alive without giving up his stable income. Number 7. They don't dwell on the past. Gloria's relationship with her 28-year-old daughter was tough. Her daughter kept making bad choices, and instead of helping her change, Gloria enabled her because she felt guilty for not being there when her daughter was younger. Gloria was stuck in the past, unable to move forward. To become mentally strong, you need to stop dwelling on the past. Constantly replaying past mistakes or wondering what if doesn't help and can be harmful. Instead, mentally strong people come to terms with the past and focus on the future. The first step is acceptance. Realize you can't change what has already happened and, if necessary, forgive those who hurt you. The second step is to move forward by shifting your focus to new plans and goals. By thinking about the future, it becomes easier to stop looking back at the past. Number 8. They don't make the same mistakes over and over. In the mid-1800s, businessman Roland Macy opened a store in a quiet town but failed because it didn't attract enough customers. After organizing a parade that also flopped due to hot weather, Macy fell into debt and had to close his business. However, he learned from this failure, and when he tried again in New York, his store became a huge success, eventually turning into the famous Macy's chain. The lesson here is that mentally strong people learn from their mistakes. To do this, ask yourself what went wrong, what you could do better, and how to avoid repeating the same mistake. To break bad habits, you need self-discipline. Here are 3 tips. 1. Stay focused on your goal. Picture how great it will feel when you reach it. 2. Remember past mistakes. Carry a list of them and review it to avoid repeating them. 3. Make it harder to make mistakes. For example, leave your credit card at home if you're trying to save money. By learning from mistakes and using self-discipline, you can improve and reach your goals. Number 9. They don't resent other people's success. If you've ever felt upset while seeing others' perfect lives on social media, you're not alone. Research shows that seeing others' success, like vacation photos or new purchases, can make people feel envious and even resentful. Mentally strong people, however, don't let resentment take over. Resentment often comes from insecurity and not knowing what you truly want. For example, if you envy a friend's jet-set life, ask yourself if that's really what you want. To stop feeling resentful, first, get clear about what success means to you. If you're focused on biking to work, you won't envy your neighbor's new car. Also, shift your mindset from competing with others to learning from them. If you admire someone's success, ask for advice instead of feeling bitter. Collaboration can replace resentment. Number 10. They don't give up after the first failure. Thomas Edison is famous for inventing the light bulb, but he also created many inventions that failed, like the electric pen and the ghost machine. However, Edison didn't see these as failures. He viewed them as steps towards success. Most people, though, don't think this way. Failure often brings shame and can lead some to give up easily. To build mental strength, here are 2 key tips. 1. Let go of unhealthy beliefs about success. Success isn't about talent or IQ, it's about perseverance. The more effort you put in, the better you'll get. 2. Practice self-compassion. Don't be too hard on yourself when things go wrong. Be kind to yourself, as you would be to a friend, and recognize that no one is perfect. This will help you keep going through tough times. Number 11. They don't fear time alone. Vanessa, a busy real estate agent, struggled to sleep because her mind wouldn't stop racing. She never took time for herself to relax and reflect, always staying busy. Many people are uncomfortable being alone and fill their time with social events or distractions like TV. However, mentally strong people know that alone time is important for recharging and managing stress. To feel more comfortable with alone time, you should schedule it just like any other activity and find something meaningful to do, like journaling or meditating. This helped Vanessa, and soon her racing thoughts calmed, allowing her to sleep peacefully. Number 12. They don't feel the world owes them anything. Lucas was a new employee who acted like he knew everything, which annoyed his coworkers and made him seem entitled. He thought he deserved a promotion, but instead, his boss told him to be less bossy. Many of us have some level of entitlement, thinking we deserve more than we do without putting in the work. To overcome entitlement, the first step is recognizing it in ourselves. It shows up in thoughts like, "I'm special," or "Life's unfair, I deserve better." To counter this, we should practice humility by admitting we have weaknesses and accepting feedback without getting defensive. Lucas eventually realized his behavior was hurting him and decided to learn from others, improving his chances for success. Number 13. They don't expect immediate results. Marzi struggled with impatience. She wanted quick results and was disappointed when things didn't change overnight. She gave up on self-help books and therapy because they didn't give her the fast fix she wanted. But as mentally strong people know, there are no shortcuts to real change. In today's world of instant gratification, it's easy to expect quick results. But some things, like a career or personal growth, take time and hard work. The key is to set realistic expectations and not quit when progress is slow. To stay on track, practice patience, and avoid seeking immediate rewards. Break big goals into smaller steps and celebrate each milestone to keep yourself motivated. Progress takes time, but with perseverance, you'll get there. Thanks everyone for watching. These were all 13 things mentally strong people don't do. Book by Amy Morin. If you enjoyed my video, please leave your like and subscribe to my channel.